Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Okay, today I want to talk to you guys about increasing the value of your coaching program. So a couple of different tips that you can take and implement in your business. So if you have questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments or the chat section, and we can discuss them here live. Or if you're watching the replay, then I will definitely respond to your comments. Who's joining? Hello, hello. Thanks for joining. Um, so let me just get this out of the way up front. In terms of increasing the value of your coaching program, no, the answer is not to make it longer and then increase the price. That's not what we're doing here. Hello. Um, so now having a longer time container for your program does increase the price, but that doesn't necessarily make it more valuable if you don't make any changes to the program. Okay. When we think about increasing the value of our coaching program, we have to get inside of the head of our ideal clients. What would make it more valuable to them, right? Because it's not about you, it's about your clients, right? So, the first thing that I always do is ask for feedback, right? If you're not asking for feedback from your existing clients about your coaching program and what they feel is great about it, what they feel like is missing, where they might need more support, then you are definitely missing an opportunity to serve your brand community better. Okay. So, open and honest feedback really does help your business to grow, and it will also give you the opportunity to incorporate things that maybe you would have never even thought of. Okay. So let's talk about a few ways in which you could possibly make your coaching program more valuable. The first thing I always say are referrals, right? Referrals for services that you don't provide, but are common questions you get from your clients and things that they may need to be able to help them have a smoother, process in your program. Hi. um, Processing your program or just things that would make their experience just way better, right? For example, in my program, I teach my clients how to build out their sales funnels, but not everybody either has the time to build out their sales funnels or like tech is just really not their strong suit. So they want to be able to have somebody else do that for them so they can continue to learn like the rest of rest of what I'm teaching, but they don't want that part to slow them down. So I can provide a referral to a funnel builder, someone that I trust, right? That's the key thing. I'm going to probably do a live about this later about referrals gone bad, but we'll talk about that later. Someone that I trust and know that will actually get the job done and get it done in a timely manner for my client. I think is valuable, right? Because you're still serving your community something that they need. You don't provide that service, so you can refer them to someone who does. The second thing is having a smaller add on program to complement what's offered. So, again, it goes back to what have your clients told you that they needed, right? So, if you're getting feedback, then perhaps there's another, some kind of an add on you can have for your program, or you just include it in the program. Maybe you have to raise the price point depending on what it is, but something that is going to overall enrich the experience for your client, right? Next thing is community, 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 community. So, what opportunities are you providing for your client community to get together, even outside of coaching calls, right? Coaching calls is just one touch point, but there are so many other opportunities that you could facilitate in your coaching community so that your clients can network, they can learn from each other, and just maybe learn some additional things. Maybe instead of adding a smaller program, maybe it's a workshop that you put on every so often for the clients that are in your program. Um, the next thing is, oh, and guys, if you have any questions, please feel free or comments, just go ahead and just drop them into the chat. I am going to take a break and like look and see in just a second. But the next thing is staying educated in your field, right? That's one of the best things that you can do for your clients and for your client community. Always be on the cutting edge and be able to pass that knowledge on to your clients, right? It definitely provides higher value when the coach is always learning and saying, hey guys, here's this new technique that I learned, this new sales technique that I learned. I'm going to go ahead and upload it into the course portal for you. We're going to do a workshop on it, right? Something new that I pass on to my clients. I always want them to stay on top of their game, right? And then, hey there, hey Sojourner. So the next thing too is, and this is where I work with my clients on making sure that they actually have the meat and potatoes in their program and not just, regurgitated knowledge in a course portal. So you want to really do have the exact steps versus concepts. Like you want to teach the concepts, but like application of the concepts in your coaching program is very important. It does no good to just blah information at people and don't tell them how to apply it, right? So like information without implementation and application is useless, right? You can like show me a picture of how to tie my shoe or give me the written instructions of how to tie my shoe, but like if I don't know how to apply the instructions or like the pictures is like weird for me on how to tie my shoe, then I'm not going to be able to tie my shoe. So, think about that in terms of whatever you're coaching on, whatever your niche is. Like if your students cannot apply the concepts, whatever niche it is, right? Could be parenting, could be mindset, could be confidence, whatever it is, right? If you are teaching them something and you don't have a way for them to apply what they're learning, chances are they're not going to be able to walk away with that transferable skill or transferable knowledge or even achieve the outcomes that you promised. So make sure not only do you have the information or the educational piece, there's also an implementation part in your program, which to me is really what high ticket is all about when you have a high ticket coaching program. The next thing that you want to consider to help raise the value of your program is the level of coaching. So like what types of calls are you offering in your program? I think everybody's familiar with like the weekly or bi-weekly coaching calls, but are you going to do critiques? Are you going to do mastermind calls? Are you going to do workshops? Like what does that all look like? What do your clients need? Again, this is where really knowing your community and asking for feedback and kind of seeing what things are coming up will allow you to increase the overall experience and value of that program based upon what you offer, right? High ticket means premium experience and premium value. It's not a course with a high ticket price tag, okay? Please hear me out when I say this. Having a high ticket coaching program means premium experience and premium value, okay? Do not slap a high ticket price on your existing course and call it high ticket coaching. That's not what it is, okay? So I want to go ahead and pause right now and see if we have any questions. Oh, Sojourner says amen. Absolutely, absolutely. Like we can't do the high ticket courses and coaching programs that are just really a course and you just kind of show up on every week and be like, do you have any questions? Like yeah, sure, but that's not really how it's supposed to go. Okay. So let me just recap really quickly. If you guys have questions, please feel free to drop those into the chat, and I will answer them. But I do want to go ahead and just recap really quickly. So we are talking about how to increase the value of your coaching program, right? And your existing coaching program, or if you're thinking about if you're an aspiring coach and haven't put it together, these are some things that you need to consider adding into the structure and framework of your program. But the first thing I always recommend is referrals for services that you don't provide. Okay. So you should not be, your offer is your offer. You should not be making tweaks and adjustments to your offer on every different sales call that you're on. So when you don't provide a service, you don't provide it. But what's of value to your clients is actually having a professional that you can refer them to, that you know is going to help them get that particular job done. So like something tangential probably would be awesome. But basically you're still helping your client, even though you're not actually performing that particular service. The second thing is having either maybe a smaller add-on program for what you offer. So it's like something additional, but it doesn't necessarily take away from your offering. Is maybe some of your clients need a little bit more of a TLC, or they need some knowledge that it's not essential, but it would help them. So you create another offer for them. That's an add-on. The third thing is going to be community, right? What opportunities do you provide for your community to get together outside of the coaching call, right? So, like, yes, they get together on the coaching call, but how do you facilitate and foster an even stronger bond with the folks who are going through your program? I think it really does help and just enriches everybody's experience, right? The third thing is making sure you stay educated in your field and in your industry, right? Always stay on the cutting edge, always strive to know what's coming next so you can pass that knowledge down to your clients. Is it going to always be applicable? No, but it definitely helps to stay abreast to see if there's something that you should be thinking about just as a CEO, right? I want my clients to stay on top of their game. So if I find a new technique that's going to help them on Facebook or Instagram or Clubhouse or LinkedIn, I'm going to pass it on, right? The fourth thing is having exact steps versus concept. So yes, you do want to teach the concept of something because theoretically, if you have the concept, you can apply it in different situations. But if it's something where you want people to actually grasp the knowledge, you really do got to teach them, like give them the exact steps on what to do. Like, what should they do when they're on Instagram? What should they do specifically when they're on Facebook and they're trying to get clients? Like, that should be in your program or whatever is you're coaching on, whether if it's parenting, maybe it's like how to swaddle your baby correctly, or maybe it's I don't know, how to teach a child to self-soothe, right? If it's mindset, maybe it's like how to get rid of or start to change your mindset when you have a lot of limiting beliefs, right? It could be any niche, but you want to actually give them the steps they need to do in order to be able to see that transformation and get those outcomes you're promising. The next thing is going to be the level of coaching. So, what types of calls are you providing in your program? Coaching calls, of course, are just going to be one of those types, but are you critiquing things? Are there workshops? Do you have mastermind level calls? Think about, like, ultimately what the coaching experience itself is going to be like. So these are all things you want to think about when you're trying to increase the value of your program. And this is all a part of the Brand Builder Blueprint. That is my signature program. So if you're ready to get your coaching or consulting business off the ground, launch your signature high ticket program, as well as the other offers in your product suite, and attract your ideal clients, which is going to create consistent income in your business to help you replace your 9 to 5, your freelance, or your one-to-one. You're definitely going to want to click the link in my Instagram bio and apply for the Brand Builder Blueprint program. Or if you're watching me on Facebook, then it's going to be in the description of this live, and just click on the Brand Builder Blueprint application. So I see that we do have some questions. I'm going to go back and take a look at these. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I Love Wellbeing says referral database, small add-on program with what they need, community, extra workshop every so often, stay educated in field, be on the cutting edge, pass on infos to clients, and premium experience value. Yes, absolutely. That is what I said. You got it. I Love Wellbeing says, what opportunities do you provide where community can get to know each other outside of program? Great tip. Yeah. So I'm big on networking. So, like, every so often we'll do little networking events where we get together and people just kind of talk about what they do. Like, because I have coaches and consultants in different niches. So, like, people find referral partners, people find people that they want to work with themselves. And then also just like maybe um we do like smaller little workshops where people have to actually like sign up. It's not open to it's open to everybody, but people sign up so we know what size group we're working with. And then, like, within that particular workshop, we actually make them work together. I have a background in education and teaching. No, I'm not a teacher, but like large group facilitation and curriculum design and things are all a part of like my background. So that's just how I structure my program, and I teach my clients how to do the same thing. It's really important to me that when I'm like teaching you something or educating you on something, you grasp not only the concept, but you know how to do the steps, right? Like I've just, I don't like it when people just kind of regurgitate information or just say things to you and be like, you got it, right? It's like, no, I don't got it. And when your clients have that glazed over look, they didn't get it. Okay. It didn't resonate. You missed it. You got to go back, right? So, but giving them that opportunity to connect, like, of course it's business, but like also on a social level, I feel like really helps enrich the community, and people like open up and you hear people's stories and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. And people just connect in different ways. And I think I always say people find comfort in doing things with like-minded people, but also just together, right? So I love well-being says exact steps versus concepts. Oh, and that was the cliff notes. Yeah, I explain a lot. So Journey says networking events are a great idea. Yes, I love them. And I know it's like, yeah, they're in the program, but like bringing your community together every so often, like, yes, it's the commonalities that you're all in the program, but just giving people an opportunity to network. And then I also give them the opportunity to network within my free communities that I have as well. Like I cross invite people in all the different communities that I'm in. Like, please come if you like, join me on Clubhouse, join me on Instagram, like join me on Wisdom, like, just wherever I'm at, and I'm setting up and cultivating communities. I want people to come because you never know who you're going to meet, right? You never know, like, this could have been the business partner in the thing you wanted to start, or they had some knowledge that was really valuable to you, or maybe that person was the coach you're looking for. Coaches need coaches too, right? I am a coach for coaches, but like, I may need a parenting coach one day. I mean, I don't know. So, it just helps to like be able to meet people and like, see if something that someone says resonates with you, or just hearing someone else's story and it's the same as yours helps a whole lot. I know it's helped me. So, you said Sojourner asks any ideas for hosting virtual events. Yes, Sojourner. Okay. So there's a I guess it depends. Do you want it to be business or do you want it to be social? Because like I have done like wine tasting, I've done game nights. This is like more social stuff, but just kind of depends. Like some of the people that I have in my community are um like they're like they have like a nerd side to them, so we like do trivia and things like that, but um but then you can do trivia with things in your program, which I think is kind of cool, right? Like I can do trivia with things in the brand builder blueprint that are in the course, like the course part of it. So like if you didn't read something or you didn't watch the video, that's how I know people's paying attention. It's a little teacher trick. So um yeah, and I'm giving away all my secrets, but definitely feel free to incorporate this in your program. Take some time to like, set the game up. Like, I can do brand builder blueprint Jeopardy. And they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even like, oops, I didn't watch that video. I'm like, well, that's a part of it. Guess what you gotta do? I'm like, hmm. So that's why when I when I gave you that feedback on your freebie, you didn't do that step, right? So like, it works both ways, I think. It's fun for them, but also um, gives you an opportunity to get to know your clients more too. So, and it's kind of like not in a business, so much of a business setting, but also too, you can just have like an event to share your wins. All we want to talk about is positive news, only wins, right? And it could just be not doesn't have to be monetary win. It could be like, I don't know. I had a realization today, or I took 5 minutes for myself today to meditate, or, just positive things, or an old friend called me up that like I hadn't spoke to in like 10 years. And that could be a win for someone. So just giving people the opportunity I found to share is also therapeutic, because you got to think about too, like being an entrepreneur can be stressful. So giving people the opportunity, that space where they don't have to have their mind like always in business, even though it kind of is, it kind of just takes it away and gives them the chance to relax. And you can kind of see more of their personality. He says social, I guess, but within the business community. Okay. She loves the Reiki trivia. Yes, Reiki trivia, I think would be an awesome thing to do. I would love it. Reiki trivia. And also too, so guys, like I keep saying that like I have the background of an educator. It's fun, but it's also a learning thing. Yes, I'm the one that like will like do the games that are educational. So it's really fun. People get competitive because most I feel like most entrepreneurs are competitive, but like it also helps them to retain the thing that you were trying to teach them, right? Because if they get it wrong, they're gonna be like, no, I should have known that, right? so, so they're gonna like it's gonna help them to retain it even more. So just little teacher tricks. I got a million of them. But yeah, definitely you want to do that. And plus it just I feel like it creates a stronger bond, especially if you do teams and then they want to keep their teams. That's funny. They name their teams. You can make them name their team something that is related to your program. Just, or like a play on words, different things that I have done. I mean, if you have a team, like a staff team, you can also have them participate, help you facilitate. I would also encourage you to do this with your staff. Like we play games at my staff meeting a lot. And it just kind of helps, build the sisterhood, build the bond, all that good stuff. Hey Latrice, how are you? Sojourner's laughing. Yeah, man. I mean, it really is like it's fun, but you also still are accomplishing your goal of making sure that your clients actually are like the whatever you're trying to coach them on, it's actually sinking in, it's actually resonating, which is really, really important. Yeah. So hey Latrice, thanks so much for joining. I can do a quick recap just for you. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to drop those in the chat. But we were just talking about how to increase the value of your coaching program. And just a few thoughts, a few things that I've given out. There's a lot more you can do, but these are like my favorite. Providing referrals for services that you don't provide is one. And the reason why you do this is because you don't change your offer for every request that you get. Your coaching offer is your coaching offer. Like a tangible example for me of this is like when people ask me, can I do their social media? And the answer is no, I cannot. But you can refer them to someone who does. Hey, Melody. Right. So it would be referral to a trusted professional that you know is going to get the job done. That can still help your client with that. And by doing that, you're still like providing a service to your client. Number two is having like a small add-on program, maybe something that's complementing what you actually offer. Um, and it could be, again, you definitely need to survey your community, right? You have to survey them because you really do want it to be helpful. Don't just create something that you think they want. Like, what do they want, right? Is it feasible? Should it be a smaller offer? Can you just roll it up in your program? Sometimes I've seen people do that. It just really depends, but think about things that are going to make your clients' lives easier. The third thing is community. Community is a big one. So, what opportunities are you providing for your community to get together outside of your coaching calls? Whether that be, we just were talking about networking events and like social type events where people can get together. Also, maybe workshops that are related to the program, but not necessarily, like specific to whatever it is that you're coaching on. And then the fourth thing is stay educated in your field and your community. Always stay on the cutting edge of things that you can pass that knowledge on to your clients, right? I'm always learning something new. I have a passion for learning. And so whatever I learn, I want to pass that on to my clients because I want them to stay on top of their game, right? So if I learn a new technique for lead generation, or if I learn a new technique, for selling from the stage, if they're a speaker, like whatever that might be, I'm going to pass that on to them so that they can potentially implement that in their business if it makes sense. So the fifth thing is giving the exact steps versus just the concept. So I always tell people that like you just putting things that you know in a course portal is not necessarily helpful for your ideal client. They need the exact steps. Whatever the thing is that you're coaching on, you need to give them the exact steps to be able to implement it. Information without implementation is useless. in my opinion. So make sure that they know how to actually apply the things that you're teaching. And then the sixth thing is the levels of coaching. So what types of calls do you offer in your program? So like, is it, most people are familiar with coaching calls, but you could have critique calls, mastermind level calls, just different things you can break out in your business when you're coaching. And then I just always tell people that like if you're going to do a high ticket coaching program, it's more than just the price. Okay, it's not just a course with a high ticket price tag. There's a premium experience and a certain amount of value that goes along with it. So do not just take some course you have and slap a price tag on it and call it a high ticket. That's not it. So, but all these things that I teach inside the Brand Builder Blueprint, teaching my clients how to actually implement this in their coaching programs, in their coaching business. So if you would like to learn how to launch your high ticket program, as well as the other offers in your product suite, that's your mid ticket, low ticket, and your freebie, how to attract your ideal clients and replace your freelance, your one-to-one, or 9 to 5, then you can apply for the Brand Builder Blueprint. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link to apply is in my Instagram bio. And if you're watching me on Facebook, then it is in the description of this live. So that was a quick recap, but I just wanted to make sure that, see if anybody had any questions, any comments, feel free to drop them in. You said you just listened to group coach conversation on Clubhouse. Oh, okay. Thank you for your wealth of knowledge. Extremely helpful as I'm starting out. Oh, I appreciate you, Latrice. Thanks for listening. Yeah, I just did a Clubhouse room on scaling from one-to-one to group coaching. So thank you for listening to that. Oh, thanks, Sojourner. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Always strive to be helpful, guys. I always strive to be helpful. Like, as you can tell, I'm very passionate about what I'm teaching, how I'm teaching, all those good things. So there we go. Oh, okay. Yeah. What I'm teaching, how I'm teaching, when I'm teaching. So yeah, I just appreciate everybody's support. Thank you so much for tuning in. Are there any last minute questions that you guys have? Anything at all? Any questions? Anything? All right. Seeing none, then I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But if you guys have any questions, my DMs are open. So please feel free to hit me up on Instagram at I_simply_she, or on Facebook at I_simply_she. You said, are your coaches for what did you say? I Love Wellbeing says, are your services for non-coaches too? So I work with coaches and consultants. What type of business do you have? You can let me know and I can tell you. What type of business do you have? Let me know. Publication promoting wellness practitioners. I definitely will have to take a look at your offering. So what I'll do is I'll hop off the live and I will take a look at your profile and see your offerings. I do coaches and consultants, but I'll let you know specifically once I take a look at everything that you have, and then I can follow up with you via DM. How's that sound? All right. But yes, guys. So coaches, consultants, I work with course creators also. So I'll take a look though, and I'll let you know for sure. But I appreciate you guys joining the live today. I hope everybody has learned something. Hopefully it's been helpful. I'll post it in just a little bit. So if you're watching the replay, feel free to ask questions. Definitely send me a DM if you do have questions. But or you could just ask right on the post as well. Whatever you want. But I want to go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.